and welcome to Comics with Jose. My name is Jose. I love comics and I want to share them with you. Follow me on Twitter at Art of J. Velez, on Instagram at jvelez622. We're going to review some comics that I like, that I love, and some that I don't like or love. I own all the comic books that I am showing. Even though we're going to be looking at them digitally, I actually have copies of every single comic book that we are going to review. Like and subscribe, and thanks for listening. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Comics with Jose. My name is Jose. I love comics, and I want to share them with you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come listen to me ramble about my most favorite subject. This week is George Perez's birthday week. This is now the second time I had to record this because the first time the audio did not work. So we're going to be looking at Wonder Woman Volume 2, Number 1 from 1987. This was Perez's reinterpretation of the Amazon Princess. He had, I believe, 50 issues. I did not stick around too long after he left. He kind of did the first 25 issues. He did most of them, but then after that, it just started to get sporadic. And really, I'm a mark for his art, but when he wasn't drawing them, I just wasn't interested in them. I believe his art is beautiful. His art is clean. His art is detailed. There's not very many like him that was able to pump out monthly. And sadly, he passed away last year from cancer. So rest in power to one of my most favorite artists. So this is the cover. This is the front of the cover, and then this is the back of the cover. So um, I believe there are 5 trades that collect his Wonder Woman run. I've gone and I think I have 3 of them, the ones where he mostly drew. So we start out during the Stone Age with this caveman who was exiled for not being able to hunt, or he was punished. You can see he lost his hand, and his wife, I would say, is kind of being sympathetic and pitying him. And of course, he's angry at that. You can see that she's pregnant. So then what happens next shocks you even more because you're like, what? But she's pregnant. So he basically murders her. So because he doesn't want to be uh, pitied. And this is actually very important because this comic book is about men versus women. That's what he basically wanted to do, because you'll see it even later in the issue. So you see this beam of light go out, and he screams, but um, it'll be revealed later in the series. It doesn't all, but you'll see in a moment here, kind of why the men versus women is important theme for Wonder Woman. Number one, look at this beautiful, 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 beautiful composition. Goodness gracious, look at that. The detail that George Perez, it's just exquisite. Here are the credits. He uh, plots this, but he eventually becomes the full time writer. So he does not ink this because he would have taken forever to try to get all this detail here. So essentially, the Greek gods are dwindling worshippers, and Eris is the god of war. He's saying that they should subjugate the humans, basically making them submit into obedience here. And of course, this one here I believe is Artemis, and he's saying about creating a world of women who would guide men through peace and love. Um, Eventually, though, Zeus decides he's had enough of this and this doesn't concern him, and the humans can do whatever they want. And then Hera, who is his wife, says, I don't care either. So she leaves too. And Eris, who in Roman would be Jupiter, says it doesn't matter because eventually he's going to win and take over all of Olympus, and that the way of the world is war. And now I want to linger on that real quick because even, in the 80s, we'd already seen, humans have been fighting for as long as we've been around. So war is war is true, and there will always be war. You can't no matter what you do, there's always a war, whether it's the invasion of um the Russian invasion of my goodness, I keep forgetting the name of the country right now. Ukraine. So the Russian invasion of Ukraine, or it doesn't matter. There's always something, and people are willing to go to war. So um, his Eris's comment is true. So basically, what's happening now is some of the gods are going into this cave of souls, I believe it's called. Um, I believe it's the cave of souls. Oh, cavern of souls. So another word for cave. I was close. Now, what the cavern of souls is a place where Gaia, who is the Earth Mother, um, where all the spirits of all the women who have been unjustly killed by men exist. And so, what they hope to do is all these women um, reincarnate them. I love how Perez uses the visuals, kind of rain in there. And so, and by reincarnating then into the Amazons. So, thus the Amazons are created and born. So the women are basically they're basically tasked with raising man's virtue and piety. So boy, is it going to be a hard job. So you can see here that and, they're referring to man and mankind overall, but of course, this we know it, fair or not, it doesn't matter. It's always been um, men who have subjugated this planet. It doesn't matter. We can no matter what the political belief or whatever, it's always goes kind of like that. So this is then in turn trying to help create a better world, essentially. So this is Hercules here. Now they're using his Greek name, which is Heracle, but it's Hercules. They're the same person here. Now, if you remember in the previous panel that Eris um, was watching. So you have to kind of look at this as um, he's what you would call a chauvinist, male chauvinist, and this woman here just keeps pushing his buttons no matter what. She pushes the buttons, and is basically um, trying to goad Hercules into fighting the Amazon women. And at the end, you can see that this was the ploy. This wasn't a real woman, And this was Ares trying to get Hercules to basically do his bidding. Um, so he believes that Hercules will conquer the Amazons, and as war rages, he will grow more powerful. Eris is the main antagonist of George Perez's run. So um, Hercules and his band arrives in Semiscaria, and there's the Amazons, and this is Hippolyta, and off to fight Hercules, or Heracles, depends on however you want to call him. I'll call him Hercules because that's who he is. But Heracles, it's the same thing. So when you see Heracles and Hercules, it's the same person. So she quickly dispatches him, and then they laugh, and he's like, "Oh, you got me. All right, great allies." So all that bravado, and he's all like, "Oh, it was just kidding, kidding." But something's up. She has the wine and begins to act like it was, you know, given some kind of drug in there. So you can see he hits her. Thus, it goes black after drinking the drugged wine. And they wake up, and Themyscira has fallen, and you can see the women have been viciously subjugated. It does not show anything graphic, of course, but it lets you use your imagination as to what kind of tortures these women had to endure. And Hippolyta pleads with Artemis and says, "All right, I'll help you out, but no revenge," because she just the kind of person Artemis is. So she gets out, and the Amazons are able to fend off. Wonderful, wonderful drawing by George Perez. I just want you to look at this exquisite detail and all this. Goodness gracious. I did JLA Avengers, and it's just beautiful work. So the Amazons are victorious, and some of the Amazons stay, but others, led by oh the, Antiope, um, they renounce Olympus and the gods. Um, so Hippolyta leads the new Amazons, where they will be sent to Paradise Island, and Poseidon allows them to get in there, and they build a great society away from humans. But she wants a kid. Can't make a kid without a guy, so she makes one from clay and then prays to the gods, and these gods give the kid a little something from their powers, and boom, thus Wonder Woman is born. Diana, Princess of the Amazons. So it's a great origin, and a lot of that is taken even in the movies. It's still in there. Why she is so good. So so they get a message, or more like a vision, that Eris is going to destroy the world, finally just ravaged in war, and that they need to prepare for a champion to be sent. But of course, Hippolyta is not going to send Wonder Woman. So she has a contest to see who the champion will be, and all these Amazons all compete and compete until there's one. And then when she unmasks, we see Diana. Um, and Hippolyta is not very happy with it, but they have no choice. So the Oracle has a gun there. He's going to test the her bracelets here, which of course, boom, boom, boom. And they are going to, now she's going to get dressed, and in the last moment, or in the last page, we get this wonderful splash page with Wonder Woman ready to go in the costume that most people recognize her as. So, hope you enjoyed this Wonder Woman #1 from 1987 by George Perez. Just absolutely wonderful work. Like and subscribe, and thanks for listening.